we do probability. It's a revision. You did that in year 7. Did we do that in year 8? No, it's in year 7. So, but you've done a lot of this in primary school as well, so it will be easy for you. All right, let's do the first part. Okay. So in this topic, there's a lot of words you need to know, like an experiment is an activity that may produce a variety of different results which occur randomly. Rolling a die is an experiment, okay, where the outcome is not predictable. An outcome is a single result of an experiment. An event is a collection of outcomes resulting from an experiment. A sample space is the set of all possible outcomes of a situation or experiment. We measure the probability of an event on a scale from 0 to 1. So we got a scale here from 0 to 1, like this. So what does 0 mean? 0 is impossible, whereas 1 is certain. So with probability, we can measure with a probability scale from 0 to 1. The closer the probability to 1, the more certain it will happen. The closer to 0, the more unlikely it will happen. And of course, the halfway mark is 50-50. And anything more than halfway, we'll say it's likely. Anything less than half chance is unlikely. Okay, good. Once we got the probability scale, we can also calculate probability using a formula. This is called the probability formula. The probability of event is a fraction, is the number of favorable outcomes to the event over the total number of outcomes. So the number of favorable outcomes to the event over the total number of outcomes. We'll use this formula for a variety of questions. And for all events, the probability is always a number between 0 and 1. And the complement of an event is an event where A does not occur. Remember, complement from geometry, complement means add up to 90 in geometry, but in probability, they means they add up to 1. So the probability of not A and A, so if I write it like this, probability A plus probability of not A equal to 1. Whereas complementary angles adds up to 90. That's complementary angle. Complementary angle. Whereas complementary probability means they add up to 1. See the difference and similarity between them. Okay, so what we do is we're going to do some examples. We're going to look at a spinner. Okay, so let's look at a spinner. This spinner has 5 congruent sections. List the sample space. What's a sample space? All the possible outcomes of an experiment. Which one? We'll go through it again. All right. So what are the possible, the sample space, what are the possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 7. These are the outcomes when you spin the spinner, right? 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 7. Okay, good. What's the probability of getting a 3? 2 out of 5. Because there's 2 3s. Can you see there's 2? So both of these are 3s. This is 1. This is 7. This is 2. Find the probability not a 3. 3 out of 5. Now ask me, watch this. What's another way to do not a 3? You do probability of 1 minus probability of 3. What's the probability of 3? So you do 1 minus 2/3. What's 1 minus 2/5? 3/5. That's what that means. That's what this means, okay? So this is complementary event, means they add up to 1. So if I know the probability of the other event, I could find the probability of the event not occurring by subtracting from 1. Not A, yeah, that's it. So you say not a 3 is 1 minus probability of 3. Get it? Because 1 minus 2/5 is 3/5. Because the event is either a 3 or not a 3. So they add up to 1. Okay? All right. Move on to next one. The next bit is What's the probability of getting a 1 or a 2? How many outcomes are there? 2 out of 5. Yes? 1 or 2. How about at least 3? At least 3 could be 3 or 7. How many are there? 3 out of 5. All right, any question? Yep. Yeah, that's 1 minus. I'll write it again. It wasn't very clear. 1 minus 2/5, which becomes 3/5. Yeah. P means probability of an event. P event. Bottom left. This one. This one. So that's another formula to calculate probability of a complementary event. So complementary event is probability of event not occurring. So to calculate the probability of not a 3, we'll do 1 minus probability of a 3. So therefore you do 1 minus 2/5, which is 3/5. Yeah, that's the working out. Or another way is you just count 3 out of 5. There's 3 of this out of 5. Okay, let's do one more question. Let me move this over this, there. Okay, all right, let's continue. A letter is randomly chosen from the word probability. Find the probability of getting an L. How many letters altogether? How many letters? 11. So you do 1 out of 11 because there's 1 out of 11. How about not a L? Yeah, what's another way? 1 minus the L, right? Which is 10 out of 11. See how we use this formula to calculate probability of event not happening? We'll do 1 minus 1 out of 11. Okay. How about probability of vowel? Which one are vowel? Vowel is O, A, I, and I, so 4. 4 out of 11. Consonant, that's the complement to vowel. You do 1 minus 4 out of 11, so 7 out of 11. Vowel or a B. How many vowels are there? 4 plus a B. Probability, so there's 2 B's, so it'll be 6 out of 11. And finally, vowel or a constant, that's everything, right? Which is certain. Any question? So you could start the exercise now. We still have enough time for you to finish. You can start now.